India. It's home to nearly 20% of the world's population. A sea of people flood the streets of main cities, including New Delhi, one of the most densely populated, where more than 10,000 people squeeze into every square kilometre. And a steady stream arrives daily. Among them, 24-year-old Ranjit Kumar Singh, a former farmer who left everything behind to come here, desperate to make a better life for his children.
In the village, we don't have many schools and they can't get a full education.
Ranjit is just one of more than 300 million people who have migrated from India's rural areas to major cities, hoping to reap the rewards of India's current economic boom.
I came to Delhi so that I can earn some money and give my kids new opportunities.
But this kind of migration, together with an explosive population growth of an average of 18 million people each year, is beginning to weigh heavily on India's already stretched state resources. All this has left many here wondering just how can the country deal with its drastically growing needs?
The basic objective is to review the past, assess the present, and plan for the future.
Registrar General and Census Commissioner of India, Dr. C. Chandramouli, says that one of the keys to ensuring the mounting needs of its some 1.2 billion citizens is getting an accurate accounting of the people in the first place. And so, a census, the largest in the world, is taken every decade, making sure to include those like Ranjit who've relocated.
We present a complete picture of the socio, cultural, economic, and demographic profile on the basis of which the country's planning is based.
The data is critical, he says, in order to make sure India's government can improve infrastructure and appropriately allocate and increase health and social service budgets to eventually provide basic services for all of its people. And Ranjit is counting on that planning as he quickly realized that life in the city proved more difficult than he ever imagined.
The first month I felt very sad. I didn't know anyone. I was all by myself. I slept alone.
With little schooling, finding a decent paying job in the city was a challenge. Ranjit eventually found work as a security guard at a construction site. But the pay was minimal and there was no insurance.
Delhi is very costly. I'm not that educated, so I can't get a job for 15,000 or 20,000 rupees per month.
Ranjit now makes only 6,000 rupees monthly, the equivalent of little more than $100 US. He did manage to pinch his pennies and 2 years later saved enough to bring his wife Anju and their 2 sons to live with him. And from there, things slowly began to turn. Ranjit is getting ready to enroll his children in school, and while he doesn't have formal insurance, the family does have more access to medical care than they did in his village. But they have decided to delay having any more children, an expense that would be too hard to bear right now.
A lot of our work in India is addressed to providing good quality, temporary contraceptive methods to people so that when they want them, they can have them.
Ina Singh is the assistant representative of the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, in India. She says that voluntary family planning efforts like Ranjit's and Anju's, as well as large-scale efforts to help slow the rate of India's population growth, also plays a crucial role in helping the country keep pace with its burgeoning needs.
There has to be a range of contraceptive services including female and male sterilization, but also including spacing methods.
Methods, she says, that include encouraging young couples to postpone having children until a few years into marriage. As for Ranjit, he still believes that despite the difficulties adjusting, moving to the city was the right decision. Something made all the more clear when he journeyed back to his hometown and found himself encouraging his own relatives to migrate.
I'm bringing everyone from the village here so they can learn and they too can teach their kids.
His brother Ranashish was listening to him, it seems. He quickly decided to visit Delhi to get a taste of city life. For now, Ranjit and his family, like the hundreds of millions of others who risked everything to start over from scratch, are left to dream and hope that their country can keep pace with its staggering rise.
אז מצד אחד הודו מאוד רוצה לעבור את סין, אתה יודע,